Now, I'm sure it comes as no surprise that one of the most often asked questions I get is, what camera should I buy? While it's true that all you need to create a video and put it online is an inexpensive webcam, it will not do a good job if you're going to record a seminar to make a product out of it. So in this segment, I'm going to recommend several different cameras priced between about $80 and $2,000. Now, at last count, I own about 30 different cameras ranging from $50 to $8,500. Not even an $8,500 camera is expensive compared to what you can buy. But depending on what you plan on doing with your videos and how you want to represent yourself online, what camera you choose can be one of the most important decisions you can make. But before I share the cameras I recommend and why, I just want to explain a few features I recommend you look for when buying a video camera and why those features are desirable. Then it's up to you to decide. However, the important question you need to always ask yourself is, will this camera do the job I need it to do? It's easy to get sucked into the bigger is better, or I need the top of the range, but with the advances in technology, a $1,000 camera today will do a better job than a $5,000 camera from only a few years ago. For example, 8 years ago I bought a Sony camera costing around $8,500. But the reality is I paid maybe $4,000 for inbuilt features like in-camera editing that I never used. Bottom line, I didn't need an $8,000 camera, but I didn't have a choice. Alright, here's the features of a video camera I believe will help you immensely in capturing good quality video. First, if at all possible, buy a camera that you can connect an external microphone to. Why? Because as crazy as it may sound, good audio is more important than visual quality. People will watch a poor picture longer than they'll put up with poor audio. So if you don't use an externally connected microphone, chances are you'll end up sounding like you're speaking in a tin can or a large empty box. No matter how expensive the camera, the microphones they come with will not capture good quality audio unless you're very close to them and you're not in a noisy environment. In the microphone section of this program, I give you a selection of microphones to choose from if you have a camera that allows you to connect an external microphone. And if you already have a camera that doesn't allow you the connection of an external microphone, I reveal a way that you can still capture good quality audio. In this program, I'll be sharing every trick I know to make your videos as professional as possible for you. Second feature I recommend you look for is to buy a camera that gives you the option of manual controls. The specific features you want to be able to manually adjust are exposure. That is how much light can come in so that you or the person on screen is optimally exposed. The other thing to be able to control is manual focus. Being in manual focus stops the camera sometimes losing its focus and the picture going blurry. And the third feature I recommend you look for is to buy a camera that records to memory cards. I used to recommend cameras that record to mini DV tapes, but these are well on the way out. Don't purchase a camera that records directly to DVD. Why? DVDs are written in their own DVD language. So if you're wanting to edit the footage, you have to have software that translates the DVD language to computer language, and you just don't need the hassle. When you're looking to purchase a digital camera, do a price comparison by going to Google and putting in the camera model. eBay is also somewhere to look, especially if you're looking for a deal on used cameras. A word of caution though, you don't know the history or life of a second-hand camera in particular. Some are fine and have just been used occasionally or even in a home studio. But equally, they may have been exposed to harsh environments like salt air or sandy or dusty conditions, which is a camera's biggest enemy. Moisture and grit are any camera's biggest enemies in terms of wear and tear. Having said that, I've purchased thousands of dollars in audio, photo and video equipment on eBay and have never had a problem. Alright, it's almost time to look at the cameras I recommend at the time of making this. I've made a separate video for each of the cameras so that you can come and review what I share at any time without having to sit through all of them described in one video. And as cameras evolve and new models become available, I can modify or replace those videos as necessary for you. Now, the reason I'm recommending a range of cameras is because you need to decide what your needs are with video and what you'll need to meet those needs. Why would you buy a top-of-the-range Lamborghini sports car to drive to the shops and back? Well, except for ego. Same with cameras. Why spend $2,000 when a $300 one will do the job for you if it will? I'll describe each camera and give you what I see as the pros and cons or for and against for each of them. I'll start at the cheapest around $80 and work up to the more expensive ones just under $2,000. Of course, depending on what you want to do, you might want to grab a $5,000 or a $10,000 or more camera. Totally up to you. By all means, don't do that. But this program is aimed at people just starting out, and the cameras I'll be recommending will, within the limitations of each one that I'll share with you, do pretty much anything you want to do with video. You don't need to go bigger. But what if you already have a video camera? Is it the end of the world? Of course not. What I suggest is you watch the following videos and listen to the features I describe for the cameras. Then you can decide if yours will do the job for you or not. Simple. All right, make sure you've downloaded the checklist I mentioned, and let's get started.